Three journalists close to this Mudryk deal have come out and confirmed to us that Arsenal have submitted a second bid for the transfer of Mudryk from Shakhtar Donetsk to Arsenal. That is one of the journalists coming from Ukraine, from Sports Arena, very much close to the deal, almost giving us an update on a daily as far as this deal is concerned. Then Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to confirm and quote him too. And then Jacobs Ben has confirmed to us that everything is really going on well for this deal and Arsenal's second bid is in. Then David Austin has gone ahead to confirm to us on the current situation of Joao Felix to Arsenal, all Manchester United. Then Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to explain to us how important the signing of Odegaard was to Arsenal from Real Madrid. Good evening. Where are you watching us from? Rokani David is my name. Smash like button, comment and share. We are into the second day of the year of 2023, and you know that officially the transfer window opened up on the 1st of January, and today we might see Cody Gakpo, one of the players that Liverpool signed on the 28th of December, feature into his debut at, I think on Anfield. I know they are playing at Brentford. That's where they're going to play. So we are waiting to see what is going to happen in there for you. But let's get into the most important story of this. But guys, congratulations. We've hit 9,000 subscribers. Keep subscribing to this channel, because the more you subscribe, the more we are really going to see ourselves really getting better and better. We want to hit now 10,000 subscribers. 9,000 subscribers have been reached. The target is done. Obviously, that was our target to enter 2023 at 9,000. Now, let's continue to subscribe to see to it that we hit 10,000 subscribers, and I know you're going to make it happen. Now, this journalist from Ukraine known as Yova Danielov, you get, he's a sports editor at the Sports Arena in Ukraine, has told us that Arsenal have made an improved offer for Mudryk. Now Shakhtar are considering whether to accept or continue negotiations. He was the first to break the story that Arsenal have made an improved offer. An improved offer comes in after Arsenal made their first bid on the 26th of December, and it was turned down by Shakhtar. That story was broken by Fabrizio Romano. The bid was of 40 million euros plus 20 million euros of add-ons, but it was really turned down by Shakhtar Donetsk. Now, Arsenal continue to talk, continue negotiations with Shakhtar, and obviously they reached, I think, on a level of really saying, all right, let's try to go ahead and prepare a second bid. All along, we've been told that Arsenal are preparing to submit an improved bid or offer to Shakhtar for the services of Mudryk, and finally today, on the 2nd of January 2023, it's a Tuesday, Arsenal have gone ahead to make a second bid that has been submitted. Now we are waiting to see whether Shakhtar is going to go ahead and really accept it or not. That's what we are waiting to see about this deal of football. Then after the journalist from Ukraine, Fabrizio Romano, the #1 global transfer expert, went ahead and quoted him and told us the following, that Arsenal have improved their proposal to sign Mudryk, confirmed as talks are on after 40 million euros plus 20 million euros bid rejected. It's up to Shakhtar now, as Yaha D, you know him, this is the sports editor for the Sports Arena in Ukraine, reported. Chelsea also interested in Mudryk in case Arsenal deal collapses. Arsenal remain priority. That is Fabrizio Romano again and again coming out and confirming to us that this deal is really looking close to happen, because it's now in the hands of Shakhtar Donetsk, because a bid has been submitted by Arsenal. Second bid has been admitted by Arsenal, and it's rumored that this bid is 60 million euros plus 15 million euros of add-ons, and let's wait and see how it's going to pan out as far as this is concerned. But he's hinting about something crucial, that Chelsea also interested in Mudryk in case Arsenal deal collapses. And you know, Chelsea, they are having money at their disposal. They are having lots and lots of money at them. They are negotiating the Enzo Fernandez deal that is worth 130 million euros. They have so far signed 3 players in the January transfer window: Fofana, Santos, and Badiashile. 3 players now. They are trying to go on and bring in Enzo Fernandez. That will be the 4th, and they are eyeing another player called Mudryk. Now, he's talking about a deal collapsing. Is there any chance of this deal collapsing? I hope not. I hope not. The moment Arsenal have gone ahead to increase their bid, that is something great, that they want the player. Because if Arsenal don't want to increase their bid, that's another reason that they are really turning away from the player. And if at all this deal was to collapse, Arsenal wouldn't have gone in to add more 20 million euros onto their bid that they had made at first to Shakhtar Donetsk for Mykhailo Mudryk. Let me bring you up to speed. In the summer of 2021, Arsenal went in for Yuri Tielemans and they made a bid of £45 million that was turned down by Leicester, and Leicester wanted £65 million by then. Now, what Arsenal did, they said, we are not going to go ahead and really add on any penny. That player is worth £45 million. And by then, Yuri Tielemans was left with just 2 years on his contract. And obviously, they went ahead not to respect the bid of Arsenal. Then Arsenal said, we are not going to make another bid. If you want to take that money, take it. You get? So, for him, they never went in for a second bid. Let me bring you up to speed for Rafinha. Rafinha, Arsenal first made a bid of 50 million euros. You get? I think it was 50 million pounds. Then it was turned down by Leeds. And then they went in back with an improved bid of 60 million pounds that was accepted by Leeds, though the player and his agent said, no, we are waiting for Barcelona. Barcelona are pulling up some levers to see to it that they really sign Rafinha. And obviously, the player snubbed Arsenal for Barca. But they showed you that they were in need of Rafinha. That's why they went in for a second bid. This time round, if they've gone in and put in a second bid, it's a confirmation that they are going all the way to see to it that they sign a player called Mykhailo Mudryk anytime from now, and they are pushing hard to see to it that this deal really comes to a happening. That is Fabrizio Romano, #1 global transfer expert according to me, doing the needful and quoting Yeha Denyalov from Ukraine as far as this deal is concerned. Let's go to Jacobs Ben. He has gone ahead to confirm to us that Arsenal have now made the second bid for Mykhailo Mudryk. Total package remains under 70 million euros. Arsenal optimistic a deal will get done. Key to success is the structure. Shakhtar want around 55 million euros up front. Now, Jacobs Ben is adding more beef to the one that that Fabrizio Romano gave us earlier about the Mykhailo Mudryk bid. It's around all under 70 million euros. So now Arsenal are willing to offer 70 million euros for Mykhailo Mudryk. At first, the total was 60. It looks like they've added in more 10 to see to it that they convince Shakhtar to see to it that they hold their money. Shakhtar want 55 million euros of upfront, almost the same amount of money they wanted in the summer for this player. Remember, in the summer, Arsenal approached Shakhtar for the services of Mykhailo Mudryk, and they were told they should pay 50 million euros. Arsenal turned that down and said, all right, we'll see you later. And obviously, by the time Arsenal have gone ahead to return, the player had played with the Champions League and made a very huge statement there. 3 goals and 4 assists in 6 matches. That has really went ahead to almost multiply his realistic evaluation by Shakhtar by 2, and now that's why Arsenal is struggling to make bids after bids to get the services of the Ukraine player at Shakhtar. So that is what the bid is worth, and we are waiting to see how this is going to pan out depending on what Shakhtar is going to be doing. Remember, Shakhtar are going to hold a board meeting on 9th of this month, and on the 10th of this month Shakhtar Donetsk is resuming its training in Turkey. Now we are waiting to see whether this deal is going to be ironed out before the 9th of January or after. But I believe this deal is going to be done and dusted before that date, because if a second bid is in, that means even the third bid is not far if at all the other one is rejected, and Arsenal knows exactly what this Shakhtar side wants. And after making this bid, that means they had been They have been through continuous negotiations, and maybe they might have reached an ultimate decision and common ground that this is what you can give us, and maybe we are going to give you the player known as Mukalo Mudryk. Now, he has gone ahead to confirm to us that Arsenal are confident of agreeing the Mukalo Mudryk deal significantly below 100 million euros. There is full buy-in from Mudryk. Privately, there is a real feeling that this will be done below the 100 million tag, and one to watch in the next few days. So Jacobs Ben is telling us that in the next few days we should really watch upon this deal because it is really close. It's really close, and Arsenal want to pay under 100 million euros, and that's the 70 million euros he's talking about of the second bid that Arsenal have really gone ahead to bid for this player. If at all this goes through as reported by Jacobs Ben, that means he's going to be the most expensive player for Arsenal at 70. Sorry, it's going to be the second most expensive player for Arsenal, below all after Pepe, who was 73 million pounds. Now, if that deal goes through to that level, that means Arsenal would have spent close to 60 million pounds or 63 million pounds on this player, surpassing or overtaking the player who was in the second, that is Ben White, who Arsenal coughed for 50 million pounds from Brighton, a team that he played against. I think it was on what? On Saturday, yeah, a team that he played against on Saturday, and he played very, very well. So Jacobs Ben is really so much close to this deal, and he knows everything is going to happen, and Arsenal are confident of this deal to happen in the nick of time. Then Jacobs Ben continued to let us know that no final agreement between Arsenal and Shakhtar, but high confidence a deal of Mudryk will get done. Mudryk has told me that his team of preference is Arsenal. Arsenal are confident the first offer was to add on heavy. So he has said this via the Football Terrace. You know that very well, a YouTube channel that is run by Terry Flares, one of the best YouTubers that I've seen in the world. So as things stand, Jacobs Ben is going ahead to restate that this guy told him that he wants to go on and really join Arsenal. Remember, he conducted an interview on him after he played a game. Was it after RB Leipzig or Real Madrid? One of those two games. Jacobs Ben conducted an interview on Mukalo Mudryk, and he publicly came out and said, I want to join Arsenal. For the second time in the row, he said that, and for the third, he said it when he was interviewed by the wife of Zinchenko, the recently signed player of Arsenal from Man City that is really doing wonders into that Arsenal shirt. So Jacobs Ben, there he was as he talks about Mukalo Mudryk, but the most important thing is that a second bid has gone in for Arsenal, and Arsenal being into the favorite position to go on and really get this deal done and dusted. It shows you that any time from now, a here we go might be heard from Fabrizio Romano or any close source on this deal, and we are going to keep our tabs onto every journalist close to this deal. And no sooner do they announce a here we go or a deal done and dusted, then we'll be here to let you know about the news that Mukalo Mudryk to Arsenal is done and dusted. Not so? So smash the like button close to 100 times, all 200 times, to it that you appreciate the coming in of this news. Now, Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to talk about the deal of Odegaard from Real Madrid to Arsenal. Fabrizio on Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard. This deal was an Edu masterpiece in 2021. Real Real Madrid did not want to sell Odegaard in June or July. Arsenal waited until they got the green light for less than 40 million euros. Odegaard in love with the Arsenal project. Obviously, it is a masterpiece coming in from the sporting director of Arsenal, because, you know, I've always told you that talent just needs a better manager to get it out of its shell. When you look at Martin Odegaard, when they bought him at the age of 16 from Norway, he was talked to be one of the best players that the world is ever going to see. But he had to shrink for the last 4 years. He was loaned at Real Sociedad, and obviously Arsenal got him in the winter transfer window of 2022. That's when they got him. You get? That's when they got him, and he came in and played some good 6 months. He played very well, made a very huge statement. Arsenal wanted to retain him, Real Madrid said, no, we're not going to retain him because they thought that maybe he could come in and play in the midfield. But when Ancelotti came in through, he saw the likes of Valverde, there was Casemiro, Toni Kroos, Mudryk, and there is another midfielder that I've forgotten that really plays that midfield of a team called Real Madrid. And even Ceballos really stayed there. So they came up to a common understanding that let's sell Odegaard. After selling Varane to Manchester United, they also agreed on a deal to sell Odegaard to Arsenal. And obviously, it worked out like a charm for Arsenal, and they are not regretting. But remember, Arsenal has a very good understanding with Real Madrid. They've gotten there very many players. They got their Mesut Ozil, they got Ceballos, and now they've got Odegaard. So for Ceballos, Arsenal were not willing to sell the player. Sorry, to buy the player. You get? They brought him at the club to play in that position where Odegaard is playing, and he didn't really get in results that were really good. But when Odegaard came in through, he played well into the central attack midfield area. And remember, by then, it was being played in by Emily Smith-Rowe, and they shifted Emily Smith-Rowe to the left, and the rest was history for Odegaard. And this time round, he has gone ahead to play 3 games for Arsenal. He has scored 3 goals in those 3 consecutive games and put in 3 assists. 6 goal involvements in 3 games. And I believe in the game of Newcastle that we're going to play tomorrow, he's going to come out and really do the needful. So Captain Fantastic, it was a masterpiece signing or a masterpiece deal for Edu that he did for Odegaard at a fee less than £35 million. That was an absolute masterpiece, as Fabrizio Romano is telling us about. Now let's go to David Austin and what he has to let us know about a deal of Joao Felix to a team called Arsenal or Manchester United. You know, David Austin and Fabrizio Romano are the top transfer gurus. That's it. They're the top transfer gurus in the world. And David Austin works for The Athletic as a football correspondent there. He has gone ahead and confirmed to us that Arsenal and Manchester United are currently the main contenders for Joao Felix on 6-month loan from Atletico Madrid. The La Liga side want a 21 million package with 15 million loan fee plus 6 million euros of wages, reports David Austin. So I've seen people coming out and say that that's a lot of money being asked. Now, which player can you get for 21 million pounds and hits the ground running like Joao Felix? Joao Felix, if it was not because of how the Atletico Madrid manager plays him in a pragmatic system, the same applies to the Portuguese national team manager, who is really pragmatic, he would have been one of the best managers. He would have been one of the best players in the world at his age. He's 22 years of age, nearing 23 years of age. He wants to really redeem himself into a player that, or revive his career, or revive himself in the player that we all thought he was going to be. Because if at all a player was at just 18, 19 years of age, and he was bought at 130 million euros, close to 110 million pounds by then you will understand how much talent this guy has. If you are told to mention talented Portuguese players that play up front, this guy is amongst them. But the pragmatic system that he plays in at Real Madrid has gone ahead, sorry, at Atletico Madrid, has gone ahead to damage his career. And calling for 15 million euros, a loan fee for him, it's not much. If at all you know what you want. If I'm Arsenal, I go in for this player. One, he gets me the Premier League title, and you know how much a team that wins the Premier League title gets. This time round, the Arsenal might get close to 500, between 480 million pounds to 500 million pounds if at all they win the league. Now, what happens if at all Arsenal doesn't win the league? They'll earn close to 450 to 400 and maybe 60. So what does that mean? Spending 16 million pounds more or 22 million euros more on Joao Felix and you win the league and secure Champions League football, I think it's far much better. It's far much better because he comes in through on a loan, you spend that amount of money and then do the needful. Unless otherwise, Mikel Arteta and Edu have another player they know that they can go on and spend 16 million pounds and it's going to be a permanent signing for Arsenal to come in and really get the job done for them. But Joao Felix comes in through and really commands a lot of urge for Arsenal to win the league and even qualify for the Champions League. And secondly, Arsenal need to find more killer instincts in their team. Joao Felix gives you that. But Arsenal might have a benefit of doubt because they know that Gabriel Jesus is going to return at the beginning of the month of March, and they might say, all right, why really spend £16 million on a player that is not going to be here? Why don't we go in for another striker around the world who is really promising, that is going to come in here and we do the needful for us? So that's it, what is happening about Joao Felix. But Arsenal and United are really in the lead, and now whoever meets the requests of Atletico Madrid is going to go ahead and really sign that player. So your thoughts to Arsenal making a second bid for Mudryk are welcome in the comment section below. And what are your thoughts about Odegaard being held by Fabrizio Romano? That was a masterpiece deal from Edu. Then what do you think about Joao Felix? Should Arsenal go ahead and spend £16 million or 22 million euros for a 6-loan deal for him with no buy clause at Arsenal? Thank you for watching in through. Smash the like button. Continue to subscribe because we want to hit 10,000 subscribers on this channel, and let's roll like never before. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. Let's see close to 200 likes or 300 likes on this video. Mudryk, second bid submitted. This deal is nearing its completion. Stay tuned onto the Rokani Media Football. Rokan David is my name. I'm out.